Welcome to Resource Prepping. I'm your host, Greg. You have heard myself, as well as many, many others on YouTube, warning you, urging you to learn how to grow your own food, to become independent from the government. And I want to read some quotes to you. And if you need any motivation, or if you don't believe food shortage is coming or the New World Order, let me see if I can remind you of what the people in control think of us. If you control the food, you control a nation. If you control the energy, you control the region. If you control the money, you control the world. That's from Henry Kissenger. And look what the New World Order Agenda 2030 is. And look what's happening now. Food shortages are predicted. John Kerry says 100 million people will be looking for food. Joe Biden warns food shortages are coming. And what did Henry Kissinger say? Control the food, you control the nation. So what's happening right now? Food shortages coming. Green New Deal, controlling the fuel. Get off fossil fuels. We're going to control that. You are going to be limited to electric, wind, and solar, but we're going to control how you get there. And controlling the money. Cryptocurrency. China's already doing it. El Salvador is doing it. Venezuela is considering it. And Joe Biden says, well, we're opening up investigating the cryptocurrency. That's nonsense. Jerome Powell, 6 to 8 months ago, said Fed currency is ready to go. We're just looking at the legalities of it. So if they control the currency, they control the world, meaning they're going to make us go to cryptocurrency so they can control how much you make, when it's deposited into your account, and what you can buy with it if it's approved and you meet the standards. Another quote, depopulation should be the highest priority of a foreign policy towards the third world countries because the U.S. economy will require large and increasing amounts of minerals from abroad, especially from less developed countries. And look what's happened since that time. The U.S. has invaded Afghanistan, not only to get bin Laden, but Afghanistan is extremely rich in natural rare earths and minerals. That's why China is in there now negotiating deals for mining operations. Libya, Hillary Clinton, we came, we saw, we killed. Libya for their oil. And Iraq, remember that? Weapons of mass destruction. Changed that country around, didn't we? For their oil. All in U.S. terms. We need that, don't we? Another quote come true. Here's another quote that may motivate you. Once the herd, Once the herd accepts mandatory forcible vaccinations, it's game over! Exclamation point. They will accept anything. Forcible blood or organ donations, of course, for the greater good. We can genetically modify children and sterilize them for the greater good. Control sheep minds, you control the herd. Vaccine makers stand to make billions. And many of you in this room today are investors. It's a big win-win. We thin out the herd, and the herd pays us for providing extermination services. Those are both from Dr. Henry Kissenger. And the last one is Speech to the World Health Organization Council on Eugenics, February 25th, 2009. And what's happened since that time? COVID-19 has broken out. Mandatory vaccines if you want to get a job, keep a job. Control the population movement by lockdowns. Control the schools and the school children to control their minds, what they think, shape their future thoughts. And the drug makers are making $6.5 billion per dosage, the highest record profits so far. And we're on the fourth booster. They're looking to control your economy, your energy, and your food, just like Kissinger said. The New World Order is not even hiding their agenda anymore. It's out in the open. They're boasting about it. The United Nations General Secretary Guterres just made a speech saying we are going to wean the less developed countries off fossil fuels and help them find another way. Food shortages are on the way. Fertilizer shortages, price increases are on the way. Control the food, control the nation. If you can't be convinced by what I've just quoted you, look for yourself, read for yourself, learn to grow your own food. There is a learning curve on gardening and vegetables and everything else. Learn to replace your proteins by raising chickens. We just started, and the learning curve is already here. Convince yourself that you need to do this for you, your family, your friends. You don't need me to convince you. If you think you're going to come around and beg for food from other people who already are in the know, you're already behind. And if you take a handout from any government agency, you'll be beholden to them forever. They own you. You're part of the sheep. Get yourself right with God. Get baptized. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Greg out.